Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. Tainara Lisboa versus Ravena Oliveira. Tainara is 32 years old, 6'2" as a pro, and she's got 2 inches of height over 26-year-old Ravena Oliveira, who is 7-1-1 and making her UFC debut. As opposed to Lisboa, who is making her return to the UFC after winning her debut over Jessica Rose Clark. And she got that done in the 3rd round against the veteran, which is extra impressive. And the cherry on top is that she did it with a rear naked choke, which I guess is the cherry because Tainara is a Muay Thai striker, first and foremost. Although just 8 fights into her MMA career, I'd say she's pretty versatile. She's got 3 submission victories, and one of them is in the UFC at this point. So, yeah, she's definitely inclined to take the fight to the ground. She is good enough on the ground, I'd say, to exploit other fighters, even at the UFC level. And Ravena Oliveira could be one of them, to be honest. But still, Tainara Lisboa is a striker first and foremost, and she's good on the outside and good on the inside. I think Ravena Oliveira is going to be pretty much outgunned everywhere. I think she's going to be looking to neutralize Tainara Lisboa, maybe get on top of her and smother her, or even smother her in the clinch, and I think she's going to have trouble doing so everywhere. Lisboa has been beaten twice. She was beaten by decision to Lohani Santos and by submission in her debut, which would be forgivable anyway, but it was also to Norma Dumont, so extra forgivable there. And Ravena Oliveira, I haven't seen a lot of her fights. I've seen a few of them, but I wouldn't even say half of them. She's got 9 fights right now. She has a record of 7-1-1, 6 victories via TKO, 1 via submission, and her 1 loss is via submission. That I have seen. This girl, Waleska Souza. And she was tapped out with an Ezekiel choke. An Ezekiel choke is a specialist's submission. The submission of a specialist. I can't say certain words. But Waleska got her, and Ravena, whether she was caught by a specialist or not, she didn't look so good in that fight. And in her other fights, a few of them I've seen. The girl Sheila, she fought some girl Sheila, but she definitely is vulnerable on the feet as well. She's sloppy. I haven't seen her get hurt, but I've seen her get hit. She's quite hittable because she sits down on every one of her punches and kicks, and she does have power. That's what happens when you sit down on everything, but it does cost her. And I don't know, that the fight I saw, the girl Sheila, I think that was a few fights ago. I think Ravena Oliveira, I'm sure she's gotten better. She's only got a few fights, and you get exponentially better in the beginning of your career because you're learning from so many obvious mistakes. But I still think she's going to be at a serious disadvantage everywhere, and specifically on the feet against Tainara Lisboa. I think Ravena Oliveira, if I had to guess, I'd say she's going to be reduced to trying to neutralize Tainara Lisboa wherever she can, in the clinch and on the ground, and I don't think she's going to be able to do so. Tainara Lisboa has 6 finishes and her 6 wins, and I'm picking her to win via finish. But I think this is not something I can feel totally confident in because I just haven't seen enough on Ravena Oliveira, and her wins aren't impressive. It's almost not even watching them because only one fighter she's beaten is worth a fuck, and even she is not so great. So it's just a battle between 2 largely unknown qualities or whatever the fuck. But Tainara Lisboa is more established, in my mind anyway, and I think there's a lot of promise with her. Ravena Oliveira, I can't say that about. And in this fight, gun to my head, I would certainly go with Tainara Lisboa, and my prediction is she gets a finish. I'll wait to see the prop bets. Maybe it's worth something, but in general, I'm staying away from this. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.